Hey guys, it's Jessica from Healthy by Choice. I've been getting a lot of questions and comments from people who are trying to get themselves healthy. They're starting their meal plans, they're starting workout plans. They're trying to eat clean, trying to go to the gym every few days, and they're having results, or maybe they haven't had results yet, but they're not getting the support that they need from people, and people have negative comments for them instead of encouraging comments. So I just want to talk a little bit about that because it can be very difficult. I personally, I don't know if you guys have followed my story through Instagram or my website or whatnot, but I gained 30 pounds after I dealt with some depression and I started having issues, more issues with my heart a couple years back. Um, I look back at my wedding pictures, and I don't think I was fat by any means, but I was not in the best shape that I could have been. I was unhealthy. You could tell I looked unhealthy. Um, and so it was just, I look back and I'm like, man. Well, then about um, 3 years ago, my husband went into the Navy. And I also had surgery about a week before he went to the Navy. I think it was a week or 2 weeks before he went into the Navy. Um, and so after that surgery, I really started thinking, I was like, man, you know, this was kind of out of my control. I ended up having some ovarian cysts. But it really got me thinking, like, I have learned all this stuff in school, and things that are wrong in the body can lead back to nutritional deficiencies. And I don't want to be like people who end up having multiple surgeries. I don't want to be in and out of the hospital. I got to do something about this. I got to do something about my health. So my husband went to boot camp, and then I was also thinking, like, God, he's gonna be doing all these, PT and all these push-ups and sit-ups and whatever they have him do, and he's gonna come back looking ripped, and I'm gonna look like this. So I started going to the gym, just 20 minutes, half hour, whatever. Um, and doing the elliptical is what I started out doing for a while. And then I realized I didn't really like the taste of meat. I started having really bad migraines. And I was like, I'm going to cut meat out because I know a lot of times people who have migraines it's actually because of meat, depending on your blood type. So I stopped eating meat and I went vegetarian, which I was so happy being vegetarian. And I'm looking forward to maybe someday getting back to that. I'm not sure if I will be able to right now, but um, I was vegetarian and it was great. And I lost weight. I was feeling healthier than I felt. My skin was finally its natural color again. I was sleeping better. I was feeling better. I lost 30 pounds in about 3 months. And it was great. I felt great. I looked good. Um, and I remember posting a picture on Facebook, um, like a before and after type of picture. And I got more comments of, wow, must be nice, or must be nice to be naturally thin. And just, I got all these comments, and I was really surprised that more people were negative than people were positive. And I was thinking, are you kidding me? Like, I can't get anybody to be, like, positive about this. And then I did start getting some people who were like, oh, good job. Wow, what did you do? And, oh my God, I didn't even realize you lost weight. You haven't posted a picture in, like, 2 months or something. Um, and so I started realizing that the healthier I got, the less support that I had from people. I had somebody who was at one point, I would have called her my best friend at one point, but we are no longer friends. But at one point, I was losing weight and everything, and her and my mother and I were hanging out one day, and I was talking about something about how I'd lost weight, and she's like, yeah, because you don't eat anything, and yeah, because you're starving yourself, and all you do is go to the gym, and it was just a shock, and that's when you look in your life and you see these people who are negative, and sometimes you can't cut those people out of your life. It would be, it's really difficult to cut certain people out of your life. But then some people maybe you should, and you need to have a healthy support system. So what I ended up doing is I remember sitting down with the people that mattered the most to me, like my mom, my dad, my little brother, um, and my husband, and I told them, like, look, this is what I'm gonna do. And I remember sitting with my dad in his garage one day, and I was guzzling down water because I was just so thirsty. I had been working out that day, and he asked me, he's like, Jessica, why are you working out all the time? Like, do you think you're fat? Are you having issues? What's going on? Why are you at the gym every day? And I looked at my dad and I was like, well, Dad, I want to be healthy. And he's like, well, you don't have to go to the gym to be healthy. And I agree with him. You don't have to go to the gym. But I told him, I said, I'm really enjoying this. I was like, I feel better than I ever have. And I feel strong. I feel confident in what I look like. And yeah, I feel sexy. I feel good because I'm doing something for myself. And he was like, okay. He's like, well, that's what makes you happy, then fine. I support you. And if that's what you want to do, maybe you can see if your cousin Jake wants to, go to the gym with you, which, if Jake, if you're watching, I'm really sorry. We're end up going to the gym together. I wish we could have. Maybe when I come home and we'll go to the gym. Um, but my dad was encouraging about it. And then my mom, I talked to my mom about it and I told her that I just really enjoy it. And she's like, I get it. My stepdad, he used to be a personal trainer, and I think he had me working out growing up, and he really instilled, I realized doing these workouts that I felt better, and I felt like I would get this nervous energy in my legs, and I still do, and the only way I can get rid of it is when I run. And it's like he saw that in a way, and he really pushed me to work out and exercise and do something that was good for myself when I was younger. And so my mom got it. My mom, she was still like, you don't have to be super skinny, you don't have to be super thin, and you're beautiful the way you are, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, then as time went on, she started to be really supportive, and she didn't give me crap about not eating meat, which I really was expecting her to do. She accepted it. And I would go over to her house for like, movie day or whatever with my aunt and my grandma and my cousins. And my mom would make me something separate so that I could, eat too, and I wouldn't have to feel out of place, and we would go out to restaurants. She'd be like, oh, do they have something you can get before we go? And so it was just really great to have that support system. Now, some of you, I know that you don't. And I just want to tell you that one place that I found to get a lot of really good support was on Instagram. And I know it seems like a really weird place to go to get support, but there are, you can use like the hashtag, like hashtag getting fit or whatever, and people will like it, and people will, oh, you're doing good job, and you'll get nice people on Instagram because people are doing the same thing you're doing. They're trying to get healthy and they're doing something about their health, and they're like, God, I wish somebody would say that to me. I go through and I find a hashtag that I like all the time, and I will comment to people and be like, wow, you're doing a good job, keep up the good work, because I know that it would have been nice to hear that from some people, at times. Um, but I think you should, sit down with your main support system and be like, look, this is my intention. This is what I'm going to do. And I need you to be supportive. And if you're not going to be supportive, then we just aren't going to be able to talk about it. And oftentimes people will be supportive, or they'll be like, you know what, well, I don't know what you're doing. And you might be able to get down to the root of the actual issue. I happen to lose pretty much all of my baby weight. My hips are bigger. My clothes don't fit me the exact same, but I've lost a good amount of it, and I feel healthy. And I posted a picture or something, and I hear people be like, must be nice. I didn't lose all my baby weight. A lot of people don't do that. Some people aren't blessed to be back to their pre-pregnancy size, blah, blah, blah. And I work out all the time, and I never lost the weight, and yada, yada, yada. And I feel for people, that have had babies and they can't get back to the way they were. And pregnancy changes everybody. You're never going to be the exact same ever after a pregnancy. And if people tell you that they're back to the same, they're probably lying. Or there are a very slim amount of people whose body is exactly the same. I talked to my chiropractor, who also owns a CrossFit gym, and I talked to her about it. And I was like, I don't know what's going on, but I've lost this weight, but my body's different. And she told me, she's like, every single child that I had, my body changed, even though she's really healthy and she's in fit, and she's fit, she's in shape. And she told me, she's like, don't feel bad about it. She's like, be as healthy, be your best version of you that you can be at this time. She's like, just take steps to be healthy. Make sure you're eating healthy. Get some exercise because, your child needs you to be there when you get older. And she was right. And I feel very bad for people who really want to lose weight and they have trouble losing it. But all I can say to people who, you're doing everything you can to lose weight, but it's not happening, do your best with your food. If you're eating healthy, then you're putting the really good vitamins and minerals into your body, and you're doing a really good job. The scale does not matter. It's not about the scale. And some people do work out and exercise and eat a certain way for the scale. I am not one of those people who will ever tell you to exercise for the scale or for a certain pair of jeans or for this or that. It's good to have goals and be like, you know what? I'm on my fitness journey and I want to be able to fit in those pants by the time I'm done. But you're never going to be done with the fitness journey. You're never going to be done with the health journey because health is just not something you choose for a little bit of time and then you're going to be healthy forever. You have to practice what you preach. You have to practice being healthy for the rest of your life if you want to be healthy. Uh, you can find great support systems also on Facebook, and they'll have like certain areas, or try to find people like even if it's somebody you don't know very well, try to be like, what, hey, let's start getting together and go to the gym. Like I think you have the same goals that I do. Maybe we can hold each other accountable. And some people, I'm one of those type of people that like to work out by myself. Other people like to work out together. It's just I feel like I focus better when I'm by myself working out. But some people will want support and workout buddies. There will always be haters because sometimes people are jealous. Sometimes people are working really hard and they can't reach their goals and they're mad because sometimes some people make it faster or easier than they do. But it's not about the scale. It's not about it's just not about that. It shouldn't be. I wish more people, even in like mom communities and, essential oil communities or whatever, I wish more people were supportive of each other than just like, and not talking to people. Women are bitchy. I mean, I'm bitchy sometimes. I'm not going to lie. There are times I sit with my friend, and you know who you are if you're watching this. But I'll sit there, and there will be times I'm like, can I just be mean for a minute? Can I just say something? Because I gotta say something. And she'll be like, yeah, and I'll say it. She's like, dude, I totally feel the same way, but you finally said it out loud. It's just, sometimes you gotta say stuff, but I just wish more women were more supportive. And I think where I get my little bitchiness at times is because I wasn't supported by people for so long, and people give me crap for being healthy and whatnot. So I get a little snooty sometimes too, but I have been working for the last few months to become even more of a positive person. And so that's what I'm working towards. And I will be supportive of everybody on a fitness journey, or if you can't work out or whatever, I will support you. I will tell you how beautiful you are because you know what? You are beautiful. It is the inside that matters. But that's my rambling because I get so many people telling me that. Like, oh, I got this meal plan from you, and my husband is so unsupportive. He's always making food. He's always trying to tempt me with this and that and the other thing. And you know what? He's an asshole. Because if you're trying to be healthy, he should support you in that. Because you're investing in your health now. And you're investing in your health now so you can be here down the road. So if your husband's not being supportive or your significant other, you know, keep working towards it, because as you change, other people around you will begin to change. You have no idea how many people you are affecting just by doing little things that you don't even realize other people would notice. You are inspiring somebody. You are inspiring someone out there. So that's all I've got for tonight, guys. But just, if you feel like you want people to support you, start supporting other people. Do unto others as you want done unto you. So you put the good karma out there, and the good karma is going to come right on back. So you just keep supporting other people and keep doing you and do what's good for your health, and it will come. Time will come. And you will find the most supportive people you can ever find. So, and if you need support, if you're having a really bad day and you're like, man, blah blah blah, I've been following you on Instagram for a really long time, and this is, I'm really trying. I'm having a rough day. Damn it! And you can send me an email. I have my email address all over the place. So you can send me an email. Tell me who you are, and I will be supportive. I am here for you. I will pray for you if you need prayer. I always want to be able to help people and get to their goals and, be the best person that they can be. All right, guys. So until next time, keep sending your questions in. I will do another Q&A later this week.